Hello, everyone. This is Meena Puri. I'm the founder of Ayurvedic Healing Center and online learning portal called the Inner Compass Club. So I've been figuring out how to navigate social media and how to streamline, reduce my work and have the most impact if it does have any impact. So this is my way of coming live every Thursday and share the topics related to health and healing as they show up in my practice. So my lens is always the higher perspective and spirituality. So throughout the week, I see clients for many different challenges. Some have relationship challenges, some have just dietary challenges, some have anxiety, depression, and many things. And the insights that I discovered throughout the work with them. So I'm going to, give a little tips on those things and share those things that they may be helpful to you. So in the world of social media, it's customary to, when we look at, say, for example, YouTube, the number one thing that you must do for this, the one and only exercise that's going to, take care of your entire body. So there's that urgency in the title, and there's like a mono topic, the one thing that you must learn how to manifest. So I know those titles may grab many people. They sometimes play on my mind that I want to grab them as well, but I don't, because what I have learned, and I'm sure many of you already know, there's no one thing for anything. Okay, life is not that simple. Life can be simple. Life is not black and white. And what works for one person does not work for the other person. And so in trying to figure out, because there's just so much that I can talk about when it comes to Ayurveda, health, healing, spirituality. And sometimes I trip over myself figuring out, what should I talk about? How is that not related to this? And so, and actually the truth is everything is related. One thing affects the other thing. One thing about any aspect of our health, healing, and life affects the other thing, is interrelated. But I've also realized that so many of our challenges, they may come from different stories, different things, different experiences. However, we are really united in our challenges. We may experience them differently in our being, depending on our beliefs, our past experiences, our patterns, and how we filter those experiences. But there's so many challenges that are common to all humans. So that's why instead of limiting my talk to one topic, it's going to relate to many other topics. This really is a talk, all right? So I hope that you will get something out of it, because that is my purpose in coming here live on Thursdays, and it's also my sane way to navigate the social media. In the world of social media, most of the time I don't know what I'm doing, because there are so many. First of all, it's continuously changing, and I think just like it may work for certain businesses, it may not work for certain other businesses. It's a mystery to me how the message gets across. It's a mystery to me how one video can become viral and the other video with such a solid, good information gets no engagement whatsoever. And I've come across countless people helping you with social media. Here, you can get my templates. This is what's going to work, and hire a VA. And this is how to post, and these are the buzzwords and things like that. You know, I listen to it, I read it, I try to do it, but honestly, it's not my thing. I can't do it. I just can't listen to so much advice because it leaves me confused, overwhelmed. And that's the reason why, you know, in the last couple of months, I've just stayed away because I'm still just trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. How do I do it best in a way that it does not create redundant work for me? And it actually is helpful. So this is sounding really good that I come live every Thursday at 1 o'clock and I just do a talk. All right. I hope that you find it useful. So what happened during the practice, during the week in my practice? So the first thing, there's no order or a reason for why this order is. I'm just going to share as things come to my mind. So my talk is not scripted. I'm just going to talk and share with you what I see in my practice, what my advice is to my clients when they come seek me, and the same advice, same thing may be helpful for you. So the number one thing, the majority of the clients, there seems to be like a relationship type challenges. So relationships, not just with the spouse, yes, that is there, but relationships within a family dynamic. And the height of the frustration is when we can't understand the other person. And the height of the frustration is when we have the answers for a family member, or we think we have the answers, and there's so much good advice and help that we can provide, and the family member is just not willing to take it. It's very frustrating. So the point of all of everyone's life is really to first and foremost find peace within yourself. Anytime when our focus shifts to other people, it doesn't matter how much we love them. When we focus on trying to understand them and we just don't, how in the world would they say this? Why in the world are they doing this? We don't understand. And then we think we have the answers because we've been there. Why in the world your children will not listen to you when you've been there? If they only were listen to your advice, it will make their life that much easier. Well, so we get really frustrated. And I understand, I have been there. Sometimes, you know, I do spend a little time and I quickly come back. So here is my suggestion or advice or recommendation is, let's first understand ourselves. So what do I mean by that? When you see a train wreck within your own family, children, they're not listening to you, that they're going down the wrong path. Why, the question to ask is, why is it that you are experiencing that? Why are there's a contract with your child? What is there for you to learn? In order to answer that question, you have to go and ask, what am I feeling? So it's the utter level of frustration, but there's something underneath it. What is it? What happens actually if your children fail? What does that mean for you? So we have to bring the focus on to what we experience. So already when there's a shift in focus, you may feel a little bit of relief. What am I feeling? Am I feeling, is there worry? Am I scared? Is it if my kids fail that I become the bad parent? So then we go back into the, you know, the why are these negative feelings within you? Then we go back and untangle. We can continue to untangle some more until we get to the root of why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. Secondly, only if those we love will listen to our good advice. So you have to understand the advice is good. You believe it's a good advice. That's not what they're thinking. They don't find it a good advice because it doesn't resonate with them. Many times, example is, since we're talking about children, they have to go through their own struggle to get to the answer of it. When you give them the answer so quickly, you rob them of the opportunity of learning themselves and growing. Self-learning is something we never forget. It's the same thing, but example comes to my mind, when you go take a test for an exam, imagine when you have studied, prepared all night, week long, and then you do the exam, it feels really good to get a good grade. But if you go take an exam and you never open the book, someone just gives you a cheat sheet, you copy, you may get the good grade, but the feeling inside is, did you really deserve it? But I really don't know it. What if they were to ask me again? What if I have to go apply that knowledge again? So that's the same thing we are trying to do with our kids. We're giving them a cheat sheet. If they don't want a cheat sheet, it's a good thing. Don't give them the cheat sheet. Let them figure it out. So your job is to be, a very good friend shared this with me, be the floor. What does that really mean? It's like be the ground under their feet. So when they fall, they have somewhere to fall. Okay. Heal the experience, heal what it is causing within you. Okay. Many times we project our desires. We project our unfulfilled dreams onto our children because we are living through them. And this is a huge topic. I can write a book on this. So notice if that's what you're doing. We have to separate, the identities have to get separate. We get sometimes too enmeshed with the children that we can't see what's ours and what's theirs. So you have to separate. Your children are not yours. They come through you. They don't belong to you. They belong to themselves. They have their own life. They have their own life journey. They have their own path. Sometimes, no matter how much you do, they're going to follow their path if it's in their karma or soul journey to follow that path. We can always make a choice. They can also make a choice, but if they're choosing that they just rather listen to you, wouldn't that be wonderful? But they don't make that choice. Most of them, some smart ones do, but what are you going to do? So you need to really let go of figuring out other people, because it's hard enough figuring out yourself. Bring attention back to you and tune into what it is that you are experiencing and why are you experiencing this? What is your feeling? Have you felt this way before? Where is that coming from? Is to heal that. We project our past, our trauma, we pass it on to those we love. We pass it on to our children. And these things show up in even intimate relationships. And a word on the, your spouse, your significant other, relationship. And many times we want the other person to say something to us in a very specific way. Right? And it doesn't happen. It makes us really mad, makes us feel hurt, makes us want to pull away from them. We're asking this one thing. Why can't they do it? How can they be so insensitive? So, as children, we want what we want. We want when we want it. We want how we want it. If it doesn't come this way, we just go and have a tantrum. Kids have tantrum. They're insistent upon what they want and how they want it, and they need it right away. As we get adults, as we get into being adults, we realize that the world does not revolve around us. So if you're not getting what you want to get from your significant other, from your spouse, let go of it. Stop needing it so badly. It's called adulting. Let go of the need. What happens when you are so needy? It puts an undue pressure on your partner. Nobody works well under stress. When you let them off the hook, they feel at ease around you. When they feel at ease around you, they become themselves. You're fun to hang out with. And they may do nice things for you, but they may still not do the way you want them done. So we have to accept our partners for who they are and fulfill your own needs. They may show you love in many different ways. It may not be in the way that you want it. Let it go. Let go of the need. When we let go of the need, the vibration inside is that we are fulfilled, we're complete. The outer environment will simply mimic that. So that I move on to the third point, which is relationships are needed for us to grow because they provide a mirror. It's just that we don't want to examine what we see. We blame the mirror. It's not the mirror's fault. It's only going to reflect that which you are not yet ready to acknowledge within yourself. So same thing I said about children, spouses, all the significant others in your family circle, family bond. They're all providing a mirror to you. We can really use the family, use the loved ones as an opportunity for us to become whole, for us to see what they're trying to show you. If we can see that, acknowledge that, and unify with the fragmented parts of ourselves, we become whole. People around you, families around you begin to feel at ease. Okay. You know, the word trauma is now very commonly used, is because we are feeling comfortable with using it, and we are realizing that actually there's not a, or I have seen this in my practice, there's not a single person who has not been traumatized. So some are traumas, big T, little t, and we don't want to get traumatized by thinking, oh my God, I've been traumatized. The truth is, there's no other way so far for us to grow, evolve, and come home to ourselves until a contrast, like a trauma, is provided. That's my understanding. Okay, taking birth is traumatic. When someone dies, it's traumatic for those who are left behind. And in life, throughout the whole process, trauma is really experiences that we don't know what to do with. It's trauma. We don't know what to do with it, so we push it aside and we move on. We do life. And imagine if we're continuously having these kind of experiences that we don't know what to do. They become accumulated, and now they are in the subconscious, everything that is not metabolized, and they begin to operate our life behind our back, kind of, we don't even know it. So that's why it is so important to do the inner healing work, because it shows up in relationships. The whatever we haven't done, it shows up, and another opportunity shows up in our relationships, and it doesn't show up in pretty ways. It shows up in painful ways. Two people who are traumatized, they will create hell in relationships. most of the time. Two people who are healed, they can create heaven, right? Because wounded people, they're each seeking the other person to come on, heal my wound. You heal my wound. You heal my wound. When you're wounded yourself, it's very difficult to heal someone else's wounds. You heal others by healing yourself first. And what else? Other topic that, constantly kind of comes up, which I'll continue to talk about these things as they come up in my practice. All topics are interrelated. This whole, the narcissistic disorder, narcissism is again another commonly used word, and there are a lot of studies on it, a lot of information on it. But I want to leave you with this one thought about it. I mean, I can give you a whole list of all the signs of a narcissistic person, how to deal with them, what's the difficult, I had experience of that. I think to some extent, I wouldn't use the word narcissistic. To some extent, we are self-serving because it's built in. Because we want to feel like the love, the connection, the warmth, the support that we need. Focus on the self that we need in order to thrive. But that and the narcissistic is a huge difference, but it can start from something like this, especially when your needs are continuously unmet. So what I want to talk about again, just like in relationships, I said, the others people provide a mirror. So my question always is, why did you attract this in your life? Same thing with the narcissistic person. If you are dealing with one, how is it that you attracted this type of behavior into your life? So we don't exist by ourselves. I don't live on an island where it's just about me and it's just me. We interact, we're interdependent. We are energetically intertwined with others. We may not even know it. Energetically is how we are drawn to one another. It's not the looks and the clothes. It's the energy attraction. We don't know that. What I have seen that if you are having to deal with a narcissistic personality, then there is somewhere a victim energy within you. The energy of victimhood, that I'm a victim. I always get victimized. What is one of the things that narcissistic people need in order for them to survive? They have to victimize somebody. That's food for them. It means controlling them, because it makes them feel in charge, because their inner world is full of chaos. So they're trying to find that comfort by controlling someone else. So who is easily controlled? Those people who feel, or who who carry within them the victim energy. We all carry all different types of negative, dark energies within us. We have them because we bring them from our past lives. It's when you become aware, the task is to heal that energy so it doesn't draw the opposite, the entanglement to it. So same thing as I said before, tune into what is it that you are experiencing? What is your feeling? Where have you felt it before? Why is it that you continue to feel this? There's a theme going on in your life. So the process is to heal it. Talking about the process, so to heal, to do the deeper inner healing work, it can't be done in mentally or in intellectually or just by talking about it. It has to be experienced. It has to be experienced in the body. because, and all the experiences, traumatic experiences, they're not a memory, they're actually in the body at the level of the soma, the subtlest part of the body. So when we are healing, it has to be somatic healing, otherwise it's not healing. So the process I share with my clients is the, very deep, all-inclusive kind of a 6A. I find it's a very complete process. It's a 6A process. That's what in my second book, I detail that process. And that process, you can be, using your whole life to go through that process, because it's actually very deep. It's very complete. Nothing gets missed in that process. So we need a process, first of all, to understand how to heal those experiences, those energetic imprints from the past life. So we unify our fragmented parts. We become fragmented when we don't know what to do with a part of ourselves. For example, a part of ourselves that is scared, we push it away. When we push it away, we have fragmented. We're all fragmented. So the task of this life is to keep unifying those parts into your wholeness, so you become more and more a truer version of who you are truly designed to be. So I will leave with that. I would love for you to check out a couple of links that I'll be sharing below. There are two memberships that I've created. One is, they're both Inner Compass Club. One membership is to heal your wounds, heal your trauma. It's based off of my second book, where I offer you teaching videos, meditations, and workbooks, step by step, outlined for you. And I add content every month when it comes to healing, emotional healing, mental healing. That's Inner Compass Club. The link is below. Check it out. And I just created another 3-month membership, which is just meditations. So meditations for deep healing. They are a total of 21 meditations for healing journey, plus 5 soul journeys. You can check out the link. You can read what other people are saying, and how much it has benefited them. It's very, very low cost. So really, I want everyone to be able to use these meditations. So I'll provide the link below. So in working with me, I either work with clients one-on-one, that's where the deep healing and the quick transformations take place, or I create these memberships through my learning portal. If you want to work with me individually, in the comment, write waitlist, as I am booked, but I will then work through the waitlist to go ahead and book clients. I will put the link for the individual work as well. You can just write in the comment waitlist. So I will come back to these videos later. If there are any comments and questions, I'll be happy to engage with you afterwards. And so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this was useful. If you like any, any other topic that you would want me to discuss, I'm happy to do that. You can put it in the comments. And thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday, same time, same place. Thank you so much. Namaste, and have a good week.